诺丁汉森林的球迷上一次见到他们主队在英超踢球是1999年的5月。这支球队赢得过2次足总杯的冠军，4次联赛杯冠军，1次英格兰顶级联赛的冠军，还有2次欧冠的冠军。2022-23赛季，他们又重新回到了英格兰顶级联赛。我不知道他们离下一次的辉煌还有多远，但是我很好奇，在50年的老球迷心目中，他们曾经的辉煌长什么样
？I'm Daniel. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Kevin. Hi.
Have a seat.
Thank you very much.
What was it like growing up in Nottingham in the 70s?
I would describe it probably as a very normal city in England, but nothing like London. You know, it's a little bit quieter, not as busy.
Why did you start supporting Nottingham Forest?
My uncle was involved with Nottingham Forest, so I started going with him.
What did he do?
He actually became the chairman.
Of Nottingham Forest?
Yeah, for about 4 years. Yeah.
Hang on a second. Your uncle was
the
chairman?
I think I started going regularly about 1975. Brian Clough joined, I think, about 1975, and when he joined, they had been languishing in what was then the old second division, which is now the Championship.
Yeah.
He kept them up that season, and the next season got them promoted to the first division.
Yeah.
They won the first division title the first season, and I think that's probably the first time that's ever happened, and it will never happen again.
Yeah. You won the first division in '78. You won the European Cup, which is now the Champions League, in '79.
Yeah.
Defending it the year afterwards.
Yeah.
That's a lot of back-to-back big trophies.
Yeah.
Was there a moment where you think, this is it for us? We're going to be this European powerhouse that's going to be successful for years to come.
Yeah. Firstly, we never expected it to ever happen in the first place. And then when it's happening, you definitely think, well, this is going to go on forever. In 1980, when they won it for the second time, I was 15.
Yeah.
And I remember as a 15-year-old thinking, oh my God, how is it going to be if this doesn't happen again? I can't live, I can't cope if this never happens again. And of course it never happened again. And then of course they got relegated whenever they got relegated, and then the rest is history. So that's my very first programme. When was that? 8th of April 1972.
1972.
And my dad had written in, look.
Yeah, goal.
Right, they didn't goal. This for me, I'm 7 years old. In fact, I was 6 years old at the time.
Yeah.
There's not much you can see about this, but that's a record, look. Look.
It's a record.
Forest brought this out after we won the league.
We've got the whole world in our hands.
The whole world in our hands. I don't know the rest of it. And that's the programme for the League Cup final that season.
Well.
So look, 40 pence.
40 pence for this?
40 pence for the programme.
Oh my God.
It's fantastic to look at, actually. I haven't looked at them for so long.
Going back to Brian Clough.
Yeah.
Every Forest fan loves him.
Yep.
He was the man who won you all the glory.
Correct.
But he was the man who led you to relegation in 1993. That was the first time you relegated from the league. I have not seen a manager that's led the team to relegation but still be loved that much.
He did about 1,000,000% more for Nottingham and for Nottingham Forest than you could ever even have imagined. With Forest, I can't explain it, but the expectation had never been there. So it was almost like we'd absolutely lived the dream. Since 1999, I think everybody has struggled with this sort of ghost of the past. We were the European Championships. Well, it doesn't mean anything now. Tell everybody in China. They never know who Nottingham Forest are. They didn't. So it's old history.
But for people like you still have that memory of you being the European champions and then spending that long away from the top flight in the Championship, let's say. How did that feel?
It's a letdown at the beginning.
Yeah.
You get relegated and then you just get used to it, because actually you're focusing on, can we get promoted? Can we get back? And year after year after year after year, it's disappointment and frustration. And then we got relegated to League One, for 3 or 4 years, and then you get promoted. And, it's just, it'll be interesting this season. But I think they've got a fantastic manager,
Steve
Cooper, and
when he took over, you were the 24th.
1 point.
Yes.
1 point after 7 games.
Yes.
1 point.
Bottom of the league.
1 point is incredible.
And you got
and
promoted.
a very, very bright and capable manager.
Yeah.
The problem is, and you know what I'm going to say,
Yeah.
if they do well next season, he'll be gone. Because somebody like, potentially, one of the big six, or maybe the next tier below will say, he's the man.
What's the one team that you dislike in the Premier League?
Well, it has to be, for me personally, Tottenham. And the reason is because my children are Arsenal fans.
Right.
So, and I've watched a lot of Arsenal in the last number of years. So,
Your family still chose red.
well, yeah,
Oh, that's-
absolutely. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. And my boys always came with me to Forest as well
Yeah.
when we could. So,
Say, if a Chinese fan is choosing a team to support in the Premier League, what's the one thing that you would say that you think might make them a Nottingham Forest fan?
well, if you're choosing someone outside of the top six, there's only one team that has the history of Nottingham Forest. And if you listen to a lot of the commentators, that's one of the things they always say about Forest. We want them back, we want them back, we want them back. They deserve to be back.
Now that you are in the Premier League, what do you want Nottingham Forest to do this season?
I want them to stay up.
And that's it.
All right, yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? But who knows? You dream, don't you? That's what sport is you dream. But it will be, I think it will be hard.
Thank you for your time, Dan.
My pleasure.
I think we should definitely meet mid-season
Yeah, with pleasure.
to
With
talk about where
pleasure.
you are.
Yeah, well, it might be a bit more tearful then, mightn't it?